the state of being extremely poor, the state of being inferior in quality or insufficient in amount, the renunciation of the right to individual ownership of property as part of a religious vow. Poverty is about not having enough money to meet basic needs, including food, clothing, and shelter. However, poverty is more, much more than just not having enough money.
More Filipinos are poor today compared to 2018, according to the latest official data released by the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. Citing its family income and expenditure survey, the PSA said the country has 19.99 million individuals living below the poverty threshold. This represents 18.1% of the population. In 2018, there were 17.67 million poor Filipinos. Meanwhile, the number of food poor individuals increased by 1.01 million. PSA also reported a 7.8% unemployment rate, which is equivalent to 3.71 million jobless Filipinos. The poverty situation could be worsened because the PSA survey was done in 2021, and its poverty threshold is considered unrealistic by other experts. Converted into the US dollars, a person belonging to a family of 5 members only needs to earn $1.41 per day in order to survive and meet his or her daily food requirements, according to the Philippines government.
Marilo, ilang taon na po kayo? Mag-50. So ano po yung ginagawa nyo ngayon dito?
Siyempre, lumuha ng budget, kalakal.
Budget? Ano po yung budget? Yung mga
Mga
mineral, plastic po, ganon. May trabaho po kayo ngayon?
wala.
Walang trabaho ngayon. Bali, magkano po yung tayo sa budget?
Pwede sa ano? Pero kilo magkano kilo?
Opo.
Nagpapabawa. 8 isang kilo
8 isang kilo. Bali po, magkano po kinikita nyo sa isang araw minsan?
So,
Inipin nyo po, kada buwan po mga ganon. Magkano po kinikita nyo sa mga ganon?
ano? Tapos kami ng 350.
336 po.
Ano yun? Sama-sama yun.
Oh, may pamilya po ba kayo? Ilan po yung anak nyo? Ilan po? Tatlo po sila. Sa tingin nyo po kumakasya po yung yung budget ng kinikita sa mga hindi rin po. Tipid-tipid lang po. Pangaral naman po sila.
For the vast majority of the children born in poverty, the chance of success in education is lower. Therefore, the result is higher probability of failure of education.
The effects of poverty is not having a better education and for having a low salary or being unemployment. It will be difficult to people to buy necessities such as foods, clothes, shelters, or etc. Its manifestations include hunger, malnutrition, and having limited access to education and other basic services. It could also end up people with mental health problems which can cause stress, depressions, and could commit a crime.
Based on the preliminary result of Family Income and Expenditure Survey, or PICE, in 2021, poverty incidence among population defined as the proportion of Filipinos whose per capita income can sufficiently meet the individual basic food and non-food needs was recorded at 18.1%. This translates to around 19.99 million Filipinos who live below the poverty threshold of about 12,030 pesos per month for a family of 5. The subsistence incident defined as the proportion of Filipinos whose income is not enough to meet even just the basic food needs, slightly increased to 5.9% in 2021. It was estimated that a family needs at least 8,379 per month to meet their basic food requirements. Among families, around 3.50 million families or 13.2% were considered as poor in 2021. On the other hand, the subsistence incident among families was observed at 3.9%, which is equivalent to 1.04 million for families below the poverty line.
People living in poverty have a profound sense of marginality, helplessness, reliance, and a sense of not belonging, and they feel like outsiders in their own country. So, what can be done to resolve poverty in our country? Here are the solutions that we can be done to overcome the poverty in our country. The first one is the quality of education. A lot will change if the first educational level is raised. Education is the process of facilitating learning or the development of information, skills, values, morals, and beliefs. Lack of education is a key cause of poverty. Not everyone who lacks an education is living in extreme poverty, but the majority of individuals living in extreme poverty do not have a basic education. People can escape poverty if all kids in low-income families have access to a free and high-quality education. The second one is the access to health care. Human well-being is dependent on good health. However, persons living in poverty have several obstacles to enjoying a healthy life. Due to financial problems, many people died from starvation, illnesses, and other healthcare-related causes. With the high cost of medicines and hospital treatments, many individuals are afraid to seek medical assistance. People will not be afraid to send their children and family for medical assistance if the government assists communities in building health clinics, training health personnel, investing in equipment and medications, and providing easy access to healthcare services. The third one is politics. The government has a bigger influence in addressing the issue of poverty and how it impacts our economy. The government has a budget for health, education, and other programs, so why don't we see it and why are people still poor? Greedy politicians choose to keep the money instead of distributing it to those in real need. If corruption consumes 30 to 50% of government spending, there are less funds available for health, education, and other programs. So, selecting the right people to serve in the government is important. We must select someone who is truly committed to assisting our country in overcoming poverty. And the fourth one is agriculture. Agriculture has an important role in securing global food security and lifting people out of poverty. To increase farmer and fishermen productivity and agricultural production, the government should support the development of smart agriculture as well as research and development. The government should encourage individuals to engage in agriculture so that they have food supplies in the case of a crisis. Increasing agricultural product output can also help to cut basic food prices, helping poor net food consumers.